Good morning, good morning, good morning, crypto warriors, and happy Friday. Welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto, episode 210. Today is Friday, July 20th, and I'm King. Of course, Bitcoin Zay is out this week. He is traveling. I think he's on the East Coast of North Carolina somewhere for those folks. North Carolina, Atlanta, New York circuit. So if you see him out there, tell him I said what's up. So you'll have me, of course, for today, and then next week he'll be back with us. But to get started, what's going on, Clove 71 first? I know streaming us live from D Live. Banger Committee, what's going on? Gabriel Hernandez, happy Friday. KH, hey, here we go. Everybody started to load in. As we're waiting for folks to enter the chat, we'll go ahead and announce the free Bitcoin winner from yesterday. The question was, if you made a coin, what would it be called and what would it do? And the winner was Surfing AB15. Who basically, to summarize what they said, it would be called a music coin, where you can apply to different platforms like Pandora Radio, Spotify, YouTube, on any platform that hosts music, where listeners can upvote, downvote, or comment on any song they listen to with their coins. These votes would then move the artist's music higher on the top 10 list. Music coin could then be used to purchase these songs directly from the sites, and the money and the coins and the crypto will ultimately go back to the artist when a song is purchased in the ecosystem. So basically, it's making a music ecosystem of coins. Great idea. I know there's a couple of companies already working on that. Vibrate's one, who's actually been flying under the radar. But Vibrate was one I know we had got into early because they have a very active team, not to shill it. And I forgot there's another main one that's doing the music stuff too. So we do think music streaming and coins for music and artists of that type of movies will be a big thing. So Surfing AB, thank you for that comment. We'll make sure we get that to you. And then also from a couple of days ago, Dan the Man, we asked which was the next coin to be put on Coinbase. And he believed 0x. He said it has a nice chance of being the next coin listed on Coinbase. By looking at their list of advisors, you see they had a few relationships already with Coinbase. And then with the acquisition of Paradex, decentralized exchange, which is a 0x protocol as well. So they think because of those relationships. So from the last few days this week, our Achilles, Dan the Man 032, and Surfing AB15. We will send all those Satoshis over to you all this weekend. Thank you for those comments. What is going on, ESEC? First time on the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jizzy Mac, what's going on? Sergeant Crypto, Crypto Q. Yes, make sure you smash that like and share button, people. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. BitMEX CEO, he said he would like us to test $5,000 again. He's pragmatic on Bitcoin price rise. So if you look at any of the news articles today, you will see a lot of the news has dissipated. It's not a lot of Bitcoin news today or crypto news. And that's because the price is going up, people. Whenever the price is going up, we got this little, I guess you can call it a mini bull run, even though if you bought in December, you won't consider this a bull run. You would consider this the market recovering. But whenever Bitcoin is going well, all the fussers disappear. And then there's literally no news because no one wants to talk about the positive things. But Bitcoin's on a rally right now, a small rally. And it looks like Arthur Hayes, CEO of crypto trading platform BitMEX, has suggested that Bitcoin's current bull run may give way to a price point of $5,000 before hitting to $50,000 in 2018. So he still believes it'll go up to $50,000 this year, but he does think we're going to pull back first. I know a lot of the analysis and TA we're looking at is basically saying Bitcoin doesn't hit 8K basically by the end of tonight, then we will see a retracement all the way back down to 7K, maybe even sub 6. So, excuse me, sub 7. But without having to speak on all his quotes, we'll just go to him now. We have him on YouTube where he basically was talking to CNBC. You can kind of hear his comments. Let me get this to play for you.
From 1600 to about 7250 in about 15 minutes, we liquidated about $230 million worth of short positions. But bear in mind that we're a futures market, so for every long, there's a short. So there's not an imbalance of shorts per se, but many people probably entered a position around the same levels, which is why we probably got a little pop there.
Do you think that we've seen the worst for Bitcoin?
So what he's basically saying, for those who understand that for the bull run, he's saying that everybody bought in at the same time, which is why, of course, volume increased and the price shot up the way it did. He doesn't think that's a real price. He thinks it's kind of being artificially, not necessarily artificially inflated, but just, you know, it's just one of those short-term rises because so many people bought in.
This year?
I don't actually think we've seen the worst. I think this is a very strong rally on good volume, and we definitely could see 8,000, 9,000, and maybe just shy of 10,000. We've been here before. Earlier in the spring, we rallied from about 5,800 to in the high 9,000 level, but didn't quite crack 10,000. I think similar action will happen this time, and I would like to see us test 5,000 to really see if we put a bottom in.
Do you think we'll see more volatility? I mean, that's really what traders want to see, right? And that's what's good for your business. Volatility, either up or down.
Absolutely. And given that it's the summer and everyone's in the Hamptons or the French Riviera or in Asia at Bali, I think people are taking a little bit of a chill time. Come back into Q3, Q4 is when I think the party's going to start again.
Hey Arthur, it's BK. So you're talking about an awful lot of volume going through your exchanges. U.S. citizens can't trade on your exchange. So what's the character of the person who's trading on BitMEX, and are you seeing a change in that?
So we're primarily a North Asian platform, and as I've said many times, the penetration of internet, the penetration of mobile makes it a fertile ground for digital currencies, and you also have a great culture of gaming where I live. So that's why we've seen the majority of our customers come from that region, and in general, if you look at the largest exchanges in the world by trading volume, they all are in North Asia.
Everybody's at the Hamptons or on their yachts. I thought this was a different kind of crowd, Arthur. Decentralized, you know.
So kind of go along with he's saying, he is right about that. I actually know a lot of people in crypto who put big money into it who are on vacation right now. They're on vacation in Europe. He's right, somewhere in the Hamptons. I know some people actually in the French Riviera, Monaco, doing all that stuff. So he has a good point about that. I do believe we're really going to see a bigger boom, a bigger bull run. In the Q3, as Q3 begins, summer dies down and fall comes. I will say he's right about that. But I do want to go to a comment I saw in this article, which kind of hit the nail on the head. Carrie Lenny said, wouldn't that just be convenient? That should squeeze out all those leveraged loans on BitMEX and allow the platform to take their money. For good measure, if it bottoms out at $5,000 on the platform, it may inexplicably bottom out around $4,500 on BitMEX for maximum effect. So for those who've never traded on BitMEX, we actually have a trading tutorial in our digital assets group, which we discussed. We're actually going to release this one public here soon because Bitcoin Zay made it. It's about 45 minutes long. I think he made 2 versions. The second one's 45 minutes. He teaches you everything you need to know to trade on BitMEX. If you weren't a United States, if you're not in the United States, I just realized what they said about that as well. So we did it while we were in a different country. We'll say that. But no, he'll teach you everything you need to know how to trade on BitMEX. But for those who don't know, you can leverage on BitMEX up to 100 times. You can go long or short it, which means you can leverage money you don't have. So for people who are going long, it's literally eating away at his business. So for it to test $5,000 again, it will be very good for his business. They can make a lot of money if that happens. So some people who are really in the know as far as trading are saying, hey, he's just saying that to make money. But regardless, I mean, Tone Vay's also called for the 5,000 or so bottom. So I see where some of the TA's coming, but regardless, again, he think we'll hit $50,000 by the end of the year. Other people have anywhere between $30,000 to $45,000 as well. So it's still all good, but we still have a couple more months to wait, it looks like. We'll see what happens in August, of course, with a run that we're expecting, and then Q3 is when hopefully it will really get interesting. Justin Estrada, what's going on? For those who don't know, Justin Estrada is one of our in-house developers. So if you need any blockchain or crypto work done on the internet, make sure you holler at him. Let's see, who else is in here? It's me, Boss Lady. What's going on? Why's up? It's me, Boss Lady. I think she's going to be at Real CryptoCon as well. She is everything art for the crypto space, people. And yes, thank you, Anya92. BitMEX CEO is a GQ of crypto. Then KRBE Crypto King, blessed to be men's health of crypto. There we go. Kevin Hodges is going on. So bullish indicators for Bitcoin in general. That's good to see. CoinMarketCap Rehauls exchange listings in response to controversies over skewed volumes. Wow. Crypto price tracker and exchange ranking site CoinMarketCap is making major changes to exchange listings method in light of concerns over skewed trade volume data. So basically what's going on at CoinMarketCap, to get their prices for different coins and the volume and all that, they basically aggregate all the different exchanges around the world by using APIs. And then from that information, they will spit out on their site, hey, this is the average, or this is what we're looking at, average Bitcoin price, average Bitcoin, or whatever volume for different coins. The problem is, though, for those who know that most exchanges inflate, they inflate their volume. They have bots working. Especially this article even mentions it. They don't mention it by name, but this article does say, let's see. This includes a new transaction fee mining model, which is recently adopted by some exchanges that reimburses transaction fees in the form of native exchange tokens. This is something we talked about. This is that trans fee mining. This is the new thing where it's almost being considered as an ongoing ICO, where everything you mine or all your transaction fees when you trade literally mines coins and pays you in that native currency of that exchange. So that in itself, if you can set a bot up to just keep trading different coins back and forth, low volume, you can keep getting mining fees for it. You can keep getting rewarded with coins. That would inflate the exchange's value. That would inflate coins' worth for some of them. And when CoinMarketCap gets that back in their API, again, that information may be faulty or inaccurate. So this is one of the things we were talking about when I forgot what company it was, bought Poloniex. And some of these exchanges are being bought up. That was a running joke we're making to say, hey, these big companies are buying bags because they think they're buying profitable exchanges or exchanges with high volume and a lot of trading. But the reality is they're buying exchanges with people using a lot of bots on them, or the exchange themselves manipulating their volume and using bots themselves so they can be, sellable, I guess. That's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. So it was pretty cool. It's pretty interesting to see that. I'm glad CoinMarketCap is actually looking into it, even though I don't think they're going to do a lot, because at this point, there's not a lot you can do because each exchange is a private company, or for some are decentralized, so you don't know, what they're doing internally unless you were to audit them, which we've seen with BitMEX. They're not going to allow you to do that. So there's no way to truly know if their volume is real or fake. But again, here in this, it says, acknowledging the complexity of the problem, CoinMarketCap has begun to introduce more ways for users to filter volume data and take variations in fee models or other parameters into account. The site will soon introduce new metrics such as 7-day and 30-day listings to allow for better evaluation of volume consistency. I think that would be huge if they did build that into their platform, where you can see it on BitMEX. What's the other big one? I think Bittrex have it on a minor level. Poloniex used to have it, but when you're trading, you can check different boxes of different lines you want to see, different charts you want to see, or different parameters you want to see. So if you can do that same thing when you log on to CoinMarketCap and say, hey, I only want to see volume, trades that have been spaced out once every 3 minutes or something. And that can at least give you a more accurate picture, because most bots aren't going to operate, at that timeline where we're only going to trade every few minutes or whatever. So there's different parameters to put in, and hopefully that does clear up some of the confusion with the volume, because there are days where you can look at an exchange and you can think they're the biggest exchange in the world. We saw some that literally became, the biggest by trading volume overnight. Those two exchanges out in Asia somewhere, but again, we don't know that volume is real or fake, so it's tough to tell. What's going on, Marcellus Love? Jamal J said he was on the New York Stock Exchange floor and sat in on Charlie's Lee interview with Cheddar. Oh, nice. How was it? How was that interview with Cheddar? Here's some good news in the crypto industry. 5 crypto trailblazers make Fortune's 40 under 40 list. 5 major crypto innovators have clinched 4 spots on Fortune's 40 under 40 annual rankings for the most powerful young disruptors in global business. Of course, the main person who's going to be on there. He was in Bloomberg's top 50 people in the world, I believe, last year. But of course, Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik Buterin was number 24, which to me is actually a low spot. I think he should have got a higher spot than that, or a lower spot. You know what I mean? He has sealed a spot on the list for the 3rd year running. He's ranked 22nd. Oh, he's 24 years old, but he's ranked 22nd and hailed as a skinny visionary whose experiment has become the 2nd most valuable crypto invention after Bitcoin. This is very true. We also have, of course, Brian Armstrong, 34, the CEO of major U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase. This is his 2nd time on the list. He was ranked 20th this year, which, again, I'm not going to lie. Hey, we give Coinbase a lot of crap, but at the end of the day, we do say Brian Armstrong's a good businessman. Clearly, he knows what he's doing, or he has somebody around him who knows what he's doing. Of course, they said he's also became the first so-called unicorn in the blockchain industry, which honestly, I think it may have been, was it Bitmain first with the mining, but for exchanges and a U.S. company that we should consider unicorns, yes, I would give it a Coinbase. And again, his company was valued at $1.6 billion in the fall of 2017, and I think he's listed like right next to Rihanna or something. No offense to her, but that's to me, that's a different league. You got a person who has a entire trading platform for the world, and then, you know, you have an artist. So I don't know. To me, they kind of shortchanged him as well as Vitalik on there. Of course, you got Russian developer Pavel Durov. He's 33 years old. I didn't know he was that young. 33. But this is his first time on the list. If you don't know who Durov is, of course, he invented Telegram. He has been fighting the good fight for everyone in cryptocurrency and all those who value privacy. Governments around the world, including the United States and Russia, have been trying to give up user data, or to at least give them access to Telegram so they can see what people chat about. Because, you know, Russia and some other countries say, hey, people who use Telegram in our country are using it to start uprisings. In the United States, you know, we don't like anything that's private at all. But as we always say, let the market decide. So I'm glad he's not giving it up. And for countries like Russia or the United States or any other country who says, we don't like these uprisings in our country and they're using this messaging app to start protests and all that, well, maybe you shouldn't be in power. Maybe that is the market deciding for you. So I am all for any form of communication, whether it causes protests in your country or city, whether it causes a coup or whatever. If it's that serious, then you probably shouldn't be in power. The market has spoken, the people have spoken. And Pavel Durov, again, to be ranked 25th, I think that's way too low. This guy literally has an app that's worth billions. I think, you know, his ICO concluded with an $850 million ICO offer. And I think they might have had 30 people invest, 30 or 45 people or something crazy like that invest $850 million. You have an app that literally countries are trying to ban. And you have a guy who's 33 years old, who's going toe-to-toe with presidents and dictators. And we ranked them number 25 on the Forbes 40 under 40 list. These rankings are off again, but it's all good. And then 24th place is Vlad Tenev, 31, and Baji Bot, 33, who are quoted as Stanford math wizards and co-CEOs, of course, brokerage app Robinhood. And of course, we know Robinhood has been doing really well. They just raised $363 million in funding to expand their crypto trading support in the United States. And they have a 5.6 valuation, becoming the second most valuable American fintech startup. Again, they did this like a year and a half. They're worth $5.6 billion in a couple years tops. And you're telling me they're ranked, what is it? They're ranked, what number do we have over here? I can't even see it. I gotta look at the list, but they're not, they're ranked in 24th. Here we go. They're ranked in 24th place. So again, all these crypto rankings will go to the 40 under 40 so you can take a peek. Here you see Brian Armstrong, Vitalik Buterin. Again, no offense to Rihanna. I think she's amazing. Even Donald Glover, number 15. We all know Donald Glover. He acts, sings, he does it all. You have Evan Spiegel here. I think he's, was it Snapchat or Instagram, one of them. So again, great people on the list, but you're telling me Evan Spiegel and Donald Glover and Rihanna, and honestly Brian Armstrong, are above Vitalik Buterin. I'm not sure if this was, you know, they just pull names out of the hat and they say, hey, just give us your 40, doesn't matter order or what. But Vitalik should definitely be higher on this list than a lot of these people. I mean, Jordan Peele, love him. He made Get Out, but Get Out was not more of an important invention than Ethereum. So that's just my thought on it. Again, we can go down. Here's Pavel Durov right here, Telegram, Vlad, and Batit. So basically, all the crypto people got one row to ourselves. Was it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, we got all this row. We're all in the 20s, 20 to 25. So kudos to all those people and making the way for everybody in the crypto industry. So yes, Sergeant Crypto said Telegram equals freedom. Yes, that is very true. Who makes the rankings though? ESECX, of course, mainstream media. Look, they can't have a bunch of crypto. They can't have a bunch of nerds on the top 5. You know how that goes. No one will buy the magazine. People will read the magazine like crypto. Like, I don't even know what cryptocurrency is. What is this Bitcoin? But yeah, who made the rankings? Because literally you have 5 people on here ranked in the 20s with, I mean, total their net worth, or at least their company's net worth, exceeds $15 to $20 billion. Yeah, they're number 20 on the list, and you got, you know, you have artists ahead of them. Again, I understand how important the arts is. I mean, Hollywood people, I get it. I love it. But to be real, if I could choose an artist or the business mind of Brian or the technological mind of Vitalik or Pavel's Telegram, I would choose any of these over any art out right now. It just makes no sense. But again, we know how these rankings and these lists go. So KH said mistakes have been made here, LOL, right? Alien hit, pushed him down. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so we know how it goes, people. This is the mainstream, and you know they gotta sell magazines and get clicks, and having the nerds at the top 5 would not do that. But we respect them and honor them, so hey, that's all good. HSBC global head of digital says the bank is cautiously looking at crypto investment. Global head of digital, which I'm sure is a very new position because I've never heard of this. At HSBC, Josh Bottomley said that the bank is cautiously looking at cryptocurrency use cases. He was just interviewed by Forbes. Again, he's saying the same thing everybody's been saying. He's saying that, hey, there is a case where you can use a token of currency that actually is useful for a particular purpose, but he's also saying right now the market is pure speculation and we're not interested in that. Again, what that translates to is we can't control Bitcoin and some of these other cryptocurrencies, and until we figure out how to control them or make it our own, then it's pure speculation. There's no need for any of this. For those who don't know, HSBC is also the same bank that launders money for the cartels. They were caught doing this. I'm pretty sure they still do it because if you know anything about cartels, you don't quit on them. It doesn't matter if the cops come or anything, you still work for them. But yeah, HSBC, they're a money launderer, they're criminals. All they have to do is pay fines, get out of it. But you know, it's one of those things where we really don't care what HSBC thinks about the cryptocurrency industry. I hope they stay as far away as possible for as long as possible because they have nothing to offer. There's no reason for HSBC anymore. You know, especially when they're coming out literally saying, hey, we don't trade crypto. We don't process payments denominated in virtual cryptocurrencies, which means if you have a bank account linked to them and they find out you're buying on Coinbase, they're going to shut you down. But, you know, this is an important story to cover because you want to remember all of these people. Because as we've already seen with JP Morgan Chase and some of these other companies, I mean, hey, give it to December or January for the next bull run. HSBC will be back in news with their global head of digital saying, we always knew something special was there with cryptocurrencies. We always knew that was the future of banking. You all should open up your crypto accounts with us and allow us to buy and hold your Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for you. That's coming, people. That is coming with every major VC firm, bank, all those big guys who out there who said they didn't believe in it. This is what's coming. So it's important to point all these people out. So next year, when they come up with their new digital assets platform and program and all these derivatives, you can scratch your head and say, wait, aren't you the same people last year who said, you know, this is pure speculation and this is something we shouldn't be involved in? This is very important to remember. Fed, the realtor, said Beyonce and Jay are worth $1 billion. Coinbase is worth $10 billion. I don't think Rihanna is worth anything close to $1 billion. No. But hey, waterfalls, wherever, or is it umbrellas? Umbrellas, man, that thing is worth close. Kevin Hodges said banks hide dark money. If crypto works and dark money leaves, well, exactly. So that's one thing. As we talk about banks, they don't want crypto to win. We already know why, because if crypto succeeds, which it will, there is no need for banks anymore. And I cannot wait until that day comes because it is still ridiculous that a bank could charge you a fee for keeping your money in their bank. A bank can have all your money. If you had, let's say you had $300,000-$400,000, a couple $1 million, $20-30 million, you just went to the bank and said, I want to pull it out. They can't do it. Then they will want to interview you to wonder why you want to pull out your own money. So yeah, we can't wait for banks to go away. There's no need for them. And I laugh every time people do use banks like nonstop. That's their only method of banking. Because I'm like, you do realize your money is locked up on nights and weekends. With the exception of your $2,000 or $3,000, and that's a high limit for a lot of people, of what you can pull from an ATM, your money is locked away from you on nights and weekends. That makes no sense in the year 2018 when you literally have the ability to have your money at your fingertips or on your cell phone at all times of the day. So I can't wait till that's gone. And last but not least, major insurers take the plunge to underwrite risk in the crypto space. This is a bullish indicator, people. This is, we're heading in the right direction. This is something we talk about, insuring different crypto investments or loans we think will be huge in the crypto space, mainly because, and here's where it's going to get tricky at. It hasn't happened yet, and that's because it's not big enough yet. Not enough people, I think, have a big enough pot of money, and not enough people understand cryptocurrency yet. And quote me here, the regulations will come. But one of the biggest things of the crypto industry, Bitcoin and I always talk about, is loans. Because anyone can now become a bank and loan people money. If you wanted me to loan you some money, I could loan you loan you crypto at a certain rate, and we have a smart contract and abide by those rules. That's going to be huge in the crypto industry. But what will come eventually, I'm telling you this, I guarantee it, is once the government figures that out, and once these different private agencies that work on Wall Street and they have regulators backing figure out, oh my God, not only can everybody become a bank, everyone can become they can give out loans now. They will make it illegal. As they're making everything else illegal, it'll be a Wednesday morning. You're going to wake up and it's going to be like United States Congress convened overnight and said giving out crypto loans if you're not an accredited investor or whatever. They're going to throw all that word soup into it. They will make it illegal for you literally to loan someone else your crypto at your own rate, which is right now not even being thought of. But I guarantee it, next year, a year after that, once they realize it's possible and people are going to start doing it and making businesses around it, it's going to be just like Coinbase and some of these exchanges. There might be 3 to 5 businesses that will sneak in loaning out crypto. And when I say sneaking, I'm talking about mom and pops who just come up, blow up, turn to billionaires overnight. There's going to be about 3 to 5 of those. And then the government's going to come in and say, hey, you need to work with us so we can draw up a framework and make this illegal for everyone else. And we're going to see the same thing we see happening with exchanges. But big name insurers such as AIG, Alliance, Chubb, and XL Group are increasingly tailored coverage options to protect businesses in the crypto space. Bloomberg reported yesterday, July 19. It looks like crypto market is seeing more crypto-specific protections catering to the industry. And with the numbers right now, they're saying, of course, there are high premiums for what are perceived to be high risk, arguably brought into focus at the beginning of the year with the unprecedented theft of $532 million worth of crypto stolen from Japanese exchange CoinCheck. So they're saying that in order to cover these, the insurance policies are sometimes as high as 5% of coverage with limits annually, and policies may require as many as a dozen underwriters to chip in $5 to $15 million of protection apiece. So again, risky business, and it is risky. Not just risky because exchanges are being hacked, but it's also risky because some exchanges are hacking themselves. Exit scam. We all know exit scam left. We've been in this space. So for these major insurances, again, I hope everybody's playing in the right way, even though we know that's not happening. This is the Wild West. And I won't feel bad if one of these big companies like AIG, Alliance, some of these people who've been in bed with the banks and done the same thing. I can't wait until one of them get tapped by one of their crypto companies they're insuring and they do their internal investigation and find out they hacked themselves or they just exit scammed on them. So I'm sure we'll see all that. But yeah, these are very risky investments for these insurers, but this will be the future because exchanges will need to be insured. I mean, there will be a big pot of money or a big company or a group of companies or conglomerates that will back companies like Coinbase, which people will buy into. If you were to find out, hey, for example, because we know the Federal Reserve does this, we are backed by the U.S. government and their taxpayers. So no matter what happens to our money, the U.S. government and the taxpayers will pay for the Federal Reserve printing out fake money. If Coinbase gets that cosign from AIG, Alliance, and Chubb, and XL Group, and they say, hey, all 4 of us are backing Coinbase, we don't care how much they get hacked for, what happens, we guarantee everyone's crypto to be there, crypto to still be there regardless of what happens. We have this insured, then people will flock to that one exchange. So no matter what exchange it is, that will be the future. And that's going to be a big market as well. I think it'll probably be, honestly, at the end of the day, it might be $1 trillion market. It will be $1 trillion, not a multi-trillion dollar market, because you're looking at some of these companies that are already worth $5 or $6 billion, that have billions of dollars of trading going on, or custodial services for crypto. They have to be insured, people. And the only way to insure those billion-dollar companies is for a bigger company or conglomerate group of companies to insure them, which will probably equate to $1 trillion. So we'll see. That's right, Dan, the man. Full faith and credit. Fed the realtor say I'll lend out on FLend. Ethereum lend basically is a good experience. Yeah, there's a couple of good lending platforms out there already. I know we're waiting. It's the main one that just came out not too long ago. We're waiting for them to fix some of their bugs in it. But there's some good lending platforms. But again, you can use a lending platform, or you could also just do it yourself, like mom and pop. I mean, this is how you grind it out. You start a business. You start lending to people in your neighborhood. You start lending to people, in your chat room or your Facebook. And the next thing you know, you got 100 people you've been lending to. 2 years later, snowball. This company is over here is a big lending company. They started from scratch. So big news, big news. All right, for the free Bitcoin today, let's go back to this 40 under 40 list. So we see the 5 people who are already listed. Who else in the cryptocurrency space, and that can even be a Twitter account if you know their age or maybe possibly their age range. Who else in the cryptocurrency ecosystem would you put on the 40 under 40 list, and why? Again, it doesn't have to be money made or whatever, but put whoever, because there's actually a couple of people on Twitter who probably, maybe they made a lot of money, maybe not. They have a good amount of influencers for our ecosystem, and I think they've done a lot for the space. There's some different YouTubers who've done a lot for the space. I mean, how old are the Winklevoss twins, as a matter of fact? I'm surprised they're not on here. Now that I think about it, aren't the Winklevoss twins like 32, 33? But yeah, so who else would you put on the 40 under 40 list, and why, from the crypto industry? And yes, and that free winner will be announced, or that winner will be announced Monday. Other than that, people, again, we are pushing real CryptoCon. Referral links is in our notes. $250 off right now. Make sure if you plan on going, you get those tickets as soon as possible. I know the 2 lower, early bird tickets are already sold out. We got 1,000 plus people going already. So it should be a lot of fun. October 31st through November 2nd. It's Halloween night. So dress up in your best crypto outfit. And of course, until then, make sure you continue to hold. People, I had to wear this shirt today. Hold. Stop listening to the FUD and just hold on. The market will return as always. Evan said there should be a crypto list of 40 under 40. You're right. There should be a list of just crypto. You know what? We're going to start all these lists and voting things. All right. KRBE Crypto, we're going to do all of it. Other than that, people, happy Friday. It's always good to see everybody. That's right, KH. Everybody have a safe weekend. We will see you back here Monday with more crypto news. And until then, cheers.